Good morning, guys. Well, I hope you're enjoying your quarantine as much as you can. I'm here in my kitchen where we do all our arts and crafts, and we are going to be looking at theme versus main idea because I'm going to post another video where we are finishing up We Are the Ship, and I want you to be able to identify the difference between the theme of We Are the Ship and the main idea of We Are the Ship. So let's revisit a little bit of what we talked about in class. Theme is what the author wants you to know or understand, whereas the main idea is what the story is mostly about. Not all about, but mostly about. And one of the cool things that I can show you, I want to show you, is if I rewrite theme with a little bit of a space, it looks like the me. But we can fill that in with this, and all of a sudden we realize theme becomes the message. What is the message that the author is trying to get to us? All right. So we're going to look at a couple of books that I enjoyed when I was your age, and one that I enjoyed reading, a couple that I enjoyed reading as they came out, as they were published, but they're mostly published for kids your age. The first one, which I enjoyed as a kid, was Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web. Well, let's think, what is Charlotte's Web mostly about? It's about a girl. This is the girl, and she has a pig. So it's a girl who has a pig. On a farm. She doesn't want the pig to be eaten. So the pig actually makes friends with this spider named Charlotte. And the spider, Charlotte, spins webs with positive messages. At one point, Charlotte actually spins the words "some pig" into one of her webs right above Wilbur's pen, so that when people come out, they see, oh man, this spider really thinks that pig is some pig. He's really great. Well, that's what the story's about, but really it doesn't tell you what the main idea is, what you should be walking away from the book with as an understanding. So let's think about what's the theme of Charlotte's Web. Let me actually make sure we label that. That's Charlotte's Web. Now the theme is going to be something that when I'm done with this story, I understand and I know a new concept, and I can actually even apply that new concept to my life because this author, E.B. White, has done such an amazing job helping me understand this concept. The message that I think E.B. White is trying to send, and I got to move the book now because I can't write quite so well with it right there. The message, the understanding that E.B. White wants us to know is that friendship and creativity can bond us and protect us. From adversity. Adversity is a word that means challenge, or it means something that is a struggle for us. So if you want to pause and go to dictionary.com and really look up what adversity means, I think that'd be fantastic. So Charlotte's Web is basically a story about a girl who has a pig on her farm, and that pig's gonna get eaten, but she doesn't want the pig eaten. So the pig convinces the spider to go ahead and share these positive messages that make people think that the pig is worth more than bacon. But what the author really wants us to understand is friendship and creativity can bond us and protect us from adversity. And the adversity for poor Wilbur here is that he's going to get ate. Now, there's a lot more in it. Someone else might take another theme away from that. Someone might say that the things you dedicate to your friends can make you a better person. Another person might say that the theme might be positive messages save lives. I like that. And that one's actually kind of relevant to our day and age when there's so many negative messages out there. It might be nice to have some positive messages to help save someone from some struggle, some adversity that they're going through. All right, so let's take a look at another one. All right, so another story that I really enjoyed as a high school student, and this is actually a story that I read when I first started teaching 5th grade. I started teaching this to my 5th grade students, and man, some of them loved it, some of them did not. But this is a really great story called The Little Prince. It was written in French, and Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, the author, was actually a pilot, and he actually did go down in the middle of the desert, and that's what this story is really all about. And this was going to be one of our fun reads. This is a great book. I love it. There's no real villain in this book. This book is about exploring. So it's what this book is about. The main idea of this book is a pilot crashes in the desert and befriends. Befriends is a fun word. It means you meet someone and you become their friend, all in one. So that's one word that it means meet someone and become friends with. So a pilot crashes in the desert and befriends a strange boy. Who reports to him about life on other worlds. And so the pilot is basically kind of questioning, is this little prince, is he from space? Is he an alien? Or is he a hallucination? Or is he something that I don't know, that is in between, like maybe a supernatural force, or maybe is he just a normal kid that he found in the middle of the desert who knew how to tell really cool stories? But the main idea is that a pilot crashes and he meets this person in the middle of nowhere, away from all human habitation, and it's bizarre. This kid is just fantastical. The theme, though, is very, very different. What the author wants us to understand is not necessarily the same as what the story, what happens in the story. The author doesn't want us to understand, hey, you should travel to new places, you should be a pilot. He doesn't want us to think, hey, you know what, you should go to space. You know, we should look for life on other planets. Although that sounds pretty cool. The theme of this story is, as we grow, I'm going to say grow up. As we grow up, we should hold on to some of the magic of childhood. There, you could also say that the theme is about friendship, because this little boy, this little prince, is looking for a friend, and he had a friend on his home world. He had this flower, and as he travels the world, he meets lots of different kinds of people. He meets a king, he meets a businessman, he meets a tippler, which is like a drunkard. He meets a lamplighter, and he meets all sorts of different folks. But what's really important is once he comes to Earth, he meets a fox, and that fox teaches him that the value of friendship is found in the time that you spend together and the desire to be together. So I'm going to write that. The value of friendship is found in the time you spend together. I think I'm going to go into the other column just a little. That's okay. I'm actually going to pause it real quick because I want to find a really great quote from the fox, and then I'll start recording when I find that again for you. All right, so I found this great quote. This is my favorite quote from the book, and it to me kind of became the message for me. And here's a picture of the fox in The Little Prince. Doesn't really look like a fox. I always thought it kind of looked a little bit like a rabbit with those long ears, but that's okay. The ability to do good artwork is kind of a sub message in the story too, by the way. Anyways, the message from the fox is right here, and I want to share it with you. It's the message that he says when he says goodbye to the little prince as he continues on his journey. But the fox says this: "Now here is my secret, a very simple secret. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." What is essential is invisible to the eye, the little prince repeated, so that he would be sure to remember. Oh, no, wait, it keeps going. "It is the time you have wasted for your rose that makes your rose so important." And he kind of goes on. He says, Men have forgotten this truth," said the fox, "but you must not forget it. You become responsible forever for what you have tamed. You are responsible for your rose." And here the fox is actually kind of saying that you don't see the beauty of something with your eyes. You see the beauty of something with your heart, and with the time you spend with that thing. And the time you spend with it is what makes it beautiful, what makes it valuable. And grown-ups always forget that. We really do. But the little prince, the boy in this story, is really trying to understand the value of friendship as he goes from place to place. So your theme might be a little different. What you take away from this book might be a little different, but I would say that the theme for The Little Prince is, as we grow up, we should hold on to some of the magic of childhood, or that the value of friendship is found in the time you spend together.